Hey everybody, it's Femtrooper, and today I'm going to be doing a tier list of every JRPG I've played. I really wanted to do a ranking of all the JRPGs I have ever played, which might be good or bad. It might reveal how many games I've never played, and I'm sure there's going to be controversial opinions. Everybody has their own opinion, so if there's a game on here that I put very low and you think it's the best game ever, that's actually okay. That's a good thing. Everybody has their own opinion. So I just want to make that very clear. Just because I think a game is great doesn't make it, objectively great. It's a subjective list. And just because I think a game stinks doesn't mean it stinks. It might actually be the best game ever to most people, but just to me, I didn't like it. I think it's really good off the bat to establish what each category within the tier list means. So let's take a look. All right, so I have the tier list here. We have S, A, B, C, and D. And so S is going to be just phenomenal. One of the best games I've ever played, God tier amazing. So if I put a game there, I absolutely love it. If I put a game under A, I think the game was fantastic. It was amazing. It's not like, maybe top 5 worthy or top 3, but it's really solid. It's a really good game. B, really good. Really good game. Probably not a favorite, but really good. I would say I enjoyed my time with it. I think it was good. C, I would place as just really average. I wouldn't say I hate it, but it was just okay for me. Just okay. And then D, we have games that I just didn't like. They weren't for me. I will note that I am going to put games in here that I know are good, but maybe I just didn't like. So again, this is just based on if I enjoyed the game. So if it's S, clearly I loved it. If it's D, I didn't like it. I don't have F or fail or trash or any of that stuff. I'm just doing, the given categories here. So let's just go through this. I've put all the JRPGs I've ever played, and yeah, I realize it's going to reveal that, there's lots of games I've never played, and they're not on here. I will note there are about 3 games on this list, maybe 5, that I've played a lot of but just never finished. So I'm going to count them because I've spent so much time with them that I think I have enough of an opinion to actually rank them. A game that I played for 20 minutes does not count. So it's not on the list, or if I've, never played it, it's obviously not here. So let's just start. Okay, the first game here is Chrono Trigger, and I'm going to put that under S. I'm going to put that under amazing. That was God tier. That is one of my favorite games of all time. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love the time travel aspect. I thought it was so cool that you could have characters in your party from different periods of time, all bonding together, people from the future, people from the past, people from the far past, with dinosaurs like Isla. I just loved it. And then it's just a quirky cast, a great battle system, phenomenal soundtrack. It's kind of like everything you want in a game. It's just kind of perfect. So Chrono Trigger is definitely perfection to me. Earthbound is S, we know that. I don't want to go on and on about Earthbound. I've talked about it for 10 years. So we're just going to obviously put it there. We've got Pokemon Shield here. This one's tough. Oh man. This is one of my least favorite Pokemon games. So, ooh, man. I want to put it under D, but part of me is like, you know what? I'm going to put under D. I'm going to put under D for now. I didn't like it. It basically took everything out of the series that I liked and just kind of took it away. And I have no fondness for it whatsoever. So I'm going to put it under D. I didn't think it was a great Pokemon game. I know they're kind of all the same, but out of all of them, I don't think of it highly. So no good. Rhapsody, I'm going to put under C because to me it was just an average game, but I didn't necessarily think it was bad. It just wasn't for me per se. So I'm going to put under C as average. Again, I know people who love this game and I might piss people off, but it's just a C game for me personally. I liked it, but it's not amazing to me at all. Final Fantasy 13, I am going to put under A at the moment. Again, these things may change as we go along, but I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's God tier or anything, but I really liked the game. It is one I did not finish, so I was a couple bosses away from the end and I quit. But other than that, I would say it's really good. I loved it. Pokemon Diamond, I'm going to put that under B as really good, but just it's not like a favorite or anything, but it's better than average. It's okay. I don't have tons of memories with it, but I definitely enjoyed it at the time. Bravely Default is one that I recently just quit. It really pissed me off because it was so damn grindy, and I don't know, I just thought I'm shelving it for now. So that's tricky because it had so much going for it. So I'm going to put it under B actually, only because the way it looked, the music, the actual battle system, everything about it was pretty awesome. It just was too grindy. So I would say it's really good. And it's not average at all. It's definitely a really good game, but it just wasn't for me. But it had too much going for it. I was actually sad to shelve it. So I'm going to put that under B. Pokemon X. I'm going to put Pokemon X as C for now because I remember kind of being a little let down, but not like the worst. So I'm going to put it under C. It was just okay. Trails of Cold Steel is a big thumbs down for me, so you guys already know that. I've done a review on it. I really didn't like this game. It was so long and boring. I was gonna actually die, so I'm gonna put that under D. I know so many people like that game, and I'm so sorry. I just didn't like it. I can't help it. I didn't like it. I wish I did. I always hate when I don't like a game. It makes me sad. I feel like I'm missing out, but I legitimately beat that game, and I did not like it. Let's do Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. I'm gonna put that under C as a game that was just really so for me. Just whatever. Yokai Watch, I'm gonna put under B. I really enjoyed it. It was kind of a neat alternative to Pokemon. It just wasn't, I wanted more from it. I think it was because it just felt a little young, but at the same time it was super good. So Yokai Watch is good, and it just wasn't a favorite. I wanted more. Fire Emblem Fates Birthright. I'm going to put that under A. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome. So I'm going to put that under A. Really solid. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. That's an S tier. That is like phenomenal. That's one of the best games I've ever played. In every single way, I was blown away after every bit of it. It was just great. Pokemon Soul Silver. It's been a while since I've played this game. I'm going to put it under B because it is a generation I really like. I had a good time with it. I remember really liking the Pokewalker and being really excited to just walk around with it and level up Pokemon. And I do like that generation. I like the towns. I like the music. So I'm going to put that as B. Fire Emblem Awakening. That's definitely an A. That's like awesome, fantastic game. The first strategy RPG I ever played. I was so excited when I played it. So yeah, I'm going to go with A on that. Pokemon Moon. A as well. It's one of my very favorite Pokemon games I've ever played, and which is kind of controversial because I know this game switched things up. I know a lot of people didn't love it, but I thought Pokemon Sun Moon, that generation was fantastic. I just fell in love with it. I loved it. The Pokemon these days don't really grab me the way they used to. I don't remember all their names and all that stuff, but my time with it, yes, loved Pokemon Moon. Final Fantasy VII Remake. That is S tier. That is amazing. That was one of the best games I've ever played as well. So we're gonna have to put that up there. All right, let's look at Mother 3. Mother 3, wow. S tier for sure. One of the best games I've ever played. It's a better story than Earthbound. Personally, I think it is. Wow, just next level. It is just a great game. So much emotion. Amazing characters. Really dark and interesting story. That's a huge thing for me, is story. So if the story is phenomenal, it's probably up in S tier. I know Earthbound is not as deep as some of the other games, but it's just so damn quirky and weird that it's my favorite game, so it goes under S. Dragon Quest 3, I'm gonna put that under A because I thought it was like really solid, and it changed things up so much from the first two and was so much of an adventure, and I love that. So I'm gonna put that under A. It was just, excellent. Final Fantasy X-2, another A. I love this game. I thought it was great. So much silliness, but in kind of a campy way, but also in a great way. Great battle system, great music. It was just a really fun time. Final Fantasy VIII. I liked Final Fantasy VIII when I was like 14, and then I replayed it a couple years ago on Switch. I was really excited, and then I was like, oh my god, I don't like Final Fantasy VIII at all. So we're going to put that under D. It has a lot of good things going for it. It has one of the best scores ever. It looked cool, and I really like the setting and stuff. But it has so much that I hate that it's going to go under D. I'm just going to put under D because I just feel like, no, I hate it. Pokemon Emerald version. I'm going to just put that under B because I remember really enjoying it at the time. I know it was like think I was 17 when I played that for the first time. It's really good. I think I like it more than the C stuff. Not tons of memories with it, but we'll put it under B for now. Okay, South Park. We got the South Park games. Let's do Stick of Truth first. Yes, I realize that I have games in here that aren't JRPGs, but they're like, not, you know, in terms of where they were developed, but they are JRPGs as far as I'm concerned. So that's a different argument. Don't care. Whatever. Haters gonna hate. The Stick of Truth. I'm gonna put that under A. And the Fractured Butthole, I'm gonna put that under A as well. These are solid games. I freaking love them. I also am a huge fan of South Park. I think it's hilarious. I still think it's funny. I've loved it forever, and I love all the characters. So to me, having like a South Park game come to life would be like amazing. I would love a Simpsons JRPG. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be so fun. Oh, Tales of Vesperia, Big Fat D. I hated that. I hated that game. I hated it so much. It has scarred me from playing any more Tales games. I friggin' hate it. So it goes there. It was one of the most boring games I've ever played. I apologize if you like Tales or if you think Vesperia is the best one. Damn, it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful game, and that's a big reason I wanted to play it. But I was like major snore when I was playing it. The World of Final Fantasy, major snore. That was one of the most boring games I've ever played. Wow. Fire Emblem Three Houses. Ooh. You know, I'm going to put it under B for now. I liked it. I just didn't think it was phenomenal. And I feel like I like Fates and Awakening more. So let's put it under B. It's really good. It's a really good game, but it's just not a favorite. So we're going to put it under B. Lunar Silver Star Harmony. Let's put that under A. That was a awesome game. It was so 90s and so much adventure and like great characters. So that definitely goes under A. I really enjoyed that. I just loved it. Pokemon Blue. I'm going to put that under S tier. Now, there's a few things that are maybe wrong with that because I find it a little unplayable at this point. So in terms of it aging, I would maybe put it down to A, but I feel like it meant so much to me at the time and kind of made me a JRPG fan that I feel like it has to go under S. It's one of the best experiences I've ever had in games. So while I don't find that it aged as well, you know, with the experience share, like there's no experience share and it's really hard to play it now. Oh my God. But at the time I had the patience and there wasn't anything else. That was the latest thing. And it made that's a game that shaped me as a person probably and as a gamer. So S tier for sure. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu is obviously like a remake of Pokemon Blue, and I thought it was really good. You know, it takes a few things away. You throw the Pokeball at Pokemon and stuff, and you don't actually like battle. So, you know, I'd say it gets docked a few points, but I'll put under A because I really did like it because it's obviously Kanto. It's Gen 1, so I loved it. Persona 4 Golden, I'm going to actually put under A. Which is funny because I hate a lot of things about it. The story was so good and there was, you know, I love the setting and the music is beyond good. Oh my God. That it gets so many points just for that. I hate the social link crap. I hate it, and that's why I didn't like Trails of Cold Steel, but that Trails of Cold Steel didn't have, you know, the amazing Persona music. It didn't have the story personally for me. So it was missing a lot of things that I will put Persona 4 Golden under A. I will. Let's talk about Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. I'm going to put this under B. I haven't beaten it yet. I kind of put it down and it's been about 4 years. However, I put a lot of time into it and I want to retry playing it for Switch, so I'm going to rebuy it. I just don't want to play it for PS4, so I'm going to get it for Switch because there's that combo. It has the other one, Hacker's Memory. I'm going to get that version and kind of start over. It's been too long. But I remember, I mean, hey, the music is amazing. Masafumi... Oh man, you know what? I forget. But he's the same guy who did the music to Danganronpa, and that music like speaks to my soul. That alone, and just the fact that I freaking love Digimon, yeah, it goes under B. I'd say really good. Pokemon Silver, I'm gonna put under B. Just because it was really good at the time, but I also haven't played that for so long that my opinion is, you know, I don't know. So, but it's definitely not a C or a D. Dragon Quest XI is S tier, one of my favorite games of all time. I've talked about it enough. Just one of my favorite games. It just was, that's what I want in a JRPG. Dragon Quest XI is like what I want. I want that. So if you give me something similar, I'll probably like it. Dragon Warrior 2, I'm going to put that under B. I actually really enjoyed it. It was pretty awesome. And same with Dragon Quest 1, the original. I'm going to put that under B. I don't think they're like phenomenal games and they're lacking a lot of things, but they're old as hell and, you know, they did so much for the genre. So I'm not going to put them as in high regard as some other things just because I don't know if I quite enjoyed them as much because they're very, very basic and simple, but damn, they're fun. So they're gonna go under B. Okay, we've got Trials of Mana, the new one, not the original. I'm gonna put that under C, actually. I don't hate it because I still had a good time with it, but it was just a little average. It was just kind of, there were parts that were boring, and there were just, I don't know, it was just okay. Like, it just wasn't, like, it didn't blow my mind, but it still gave me a smile because, like, kind of felt like a PS2 game, and I kind of felt like I was, like, 14 playing it, and it was kind of fun. But it was just, so I'm going to put under C. I played Final Fantasy VI on the Vita, and it's the PS1 version. So let's put that. Ooh, let's break some hearts here. I don't know who I'm going to disappoint with this one. You know what? I won't. I'm going to put it under B. I don't think that disappoints anybody. It's a dark game. It wasn't for me, but I also don't think it's average. I really thought it was good, but it's not S tier for me like it is for most people. It's just, it didn't speak to me personally, but it is really good. I get it. It's just not for me. Final Fantasy IV, on the other hand, let's put on S tier. I really like that game. I really thought that was awesome. One of my favorite Final Fantasies ever. Solid. It was just great. I love Cecil and all the characters, and that one was a good one for me. The music and all these games, they're all great, so it's not like this one was better than that one in terms of music, but I just thought Final Fantasy IV was kick-ass. Now we're going to do Final Fantasy X. That's gonna go under A. I like everything about this game except for the characters. I know it sounds weird, but, like, none of them really speak to me. I like Riku, and, like, I don't know, but I'm sorry, but Yuna's boring. God. I feel like she has no personality. And Titus sucks. So you know what? A because the battle system's great, the music's great, it's freaking gorgeous. It was so much fun, but just there's a few things that just I don't know. I don't know what I like more. I think I might like the original more than I like 10-2, but yeah, there's issues where it's not an S, but it's still really good. Final Fantasy VII, I played it on Switch. I'm gonna put Final Fantasy VII as A. It's really good, but it's definitely not a favorite for me. I actually like the remake more. But yeah, I do. So there's that. Octopath Traveler. Oh man. Okay. Octopath Traveler, I'm going to put under C. I didn't beat Octopath Traveler, but I put so much time into it that it's going to go in here because I get it. I've spent too much time, I understand. It's not D because I don't hate it. I know I threw it on the floor in my last video. I would throw most of these games on the floor. Well, these games are all going on the floor. They're getting kicked across the street, okay? Buses can run over them. Octopath Traveler is here because the game is gorgeous. The music is great. The battle system is great. But it was so damn grindy and so freaking boring, and the story I could give a shit about. So C. Undertale's gonna go under B. I didn't connect with that like I thought I would, but it was really cool. So I need to give that another shot. Ni no Kuni is definitely S tier for me. I thought that was fantastic. It's one of my favorite JRPGs of all time. Great story, great music. It's friggin' gorgeous. It was emotional. Like I was, I remember being like teary in parts of it, and just, it's one of those games you finish and you're like, oh, yes, that was so good. So, very fulfilling. I really liked Ni no Kuni. Sailor Moon, another story. That's gonna go under C. I played a repro card of it on the Super Nintendo, and I love Sailor Moon. I'm a huge Sailor Moon fan. I think it's the best thing, next to sliced bread. I just love it, but it was a pretty average game. This is only fun if you like Sailor Moon. So you're gonna be like, yay, cool when you play it, but it's like, is it great? No. Super Mario RPG, that's S tier. That's one of my favorite games of all time. I am instantly transported to, like, my grandma's house in 1996, sitting in the living room playing that. That is just, why we haven't got a true sequel, it hurts. Like, I'm hurt. I'm physically in pain because we don't have that. Final Fantasy 15 is a big fat D. Can I put that under Z? That sucks. I don't like it at all. It was seriously one of the worst things. I was so mad by it in every way. Like, nothing besides, it looks good and all that, but damn, boring settings, boring cast, boring story. The music was like, it's good, but it's not the way the other games were. I don't know. It just really, it stinks. I hate it. It sucks. So Final Fantasy 15 goes under D. Do not like. Dragon Quest 5 goes under A. It's amazing. I don't think it's as good as 11, but it is really good. I loved my time with it. So unique. Are we done? Did I do all of it? These are just repeats? Yeah, I think we got them all. Those are just repeats for some reason. Whatever. Look, I like a lot of genres, so it's not like this is every game I've ever played. I love platformers. I love visual novels. I love action adventure games. So if we did every game I've ever played, the list would be, quite a lot different. But this is just specifically JRPGs. Probably pissed off a lot of people. But that's okay, because it's just opinion-based. There are people who think Final Fantasy 15 is the best Final Fantasy, and I don't know what that means, but that's fine, because I clearly... Oh, wait, where's Final Fantasy 9? Why is Final Fantasy 9 on this list? Okay, well, either way, I don't know why it didn't get thrown in here, but I would put Final Fantasy 9 under S. Maybe? Yes. Yes, I would. I'd put Final Fantasy 9 under S, so sorry about that. I don't know why Final Fantasy 9 didn't make it there for some reason. So yeah, that is my tier list of all the JRPGs I've played. I may have missed a few, and like I didn't have a picture for Final Fantasy 9, so whatever. I'm not worried about it. Who cares? That is my list. So I'm sure that I revealed some interesting opinions to everyone, and that's just the way it goes. You know, games, books, movies, we all have our opinions. So that's my JRPG tier list video. I hope you really enjoyed it. Maybe got a laugh. It's all in good fun. I love video games. I love JRPGs especially, so let's all just keep gaming, and you know, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. I play games and I go, that sucks, and then I throw it out the window, and then there's games I think are the best thing ever, and I just fall in love with them and, you know, think about them every day. So if you like this video and silly JRPG comments and ridiculous thoughts about video games, then please click like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.